Yo, what's poppin' everybody? This is Sableye As you guys can see, I've got the Miracle Twin set in front of me here. This is going to be called Unified Minds, our English set coming out in August. This is going to be the main set, probably going to be bundled up with the other two Japanese sets I reviewed, the Sky Legend one and the GGN one, for another huge set, our 11th set. This is probably going to be the last Sun and Moon set we're going to get. The era has finally come to an end. We're going on to 8 Gen here in England and shit. But yeah, this is going to be our August, World Championship period set. We're going to get the reprint set probably in September. I've heard something like that. And that's about it. The next set after that is going to be like in November. Probably going to be the first Gen 8 set or something. Or maybe it's going to come in February. But more than likely, this is the last or sort of semi-final set. At best, we're going to get like 12. So let's just go through with it, see if it has some good cards. I'm sure it has some shit. Of course, we're going to start with Yama and Yamega. I don't give a fuck about you guys. Okay, you don't do anything. What about Yamamega? Dislike these bug Pokemon, but gotta check you out if you're good. It seems it's another plain dude. You do tackle 50 for 2. DC, I guess, doing 1 for 50, whatever, and air slash. Just 100 for 3, and you're discarding energy to this Pokemon. So completely mediocre as stage 1. Works with any energy, so I guess you can, if you want to hit grass weak Pokemon and use this as a sort of little tech, stage 1 tech in your deck, you could, but there's probably better Pokemon, I would say. But works with any energy. I guess that's the only merit. If you like this Pokemon, you like this Pokemon. Let's move on to Celebi, something more cool. Celebi, 80 HP. What do you do? Let's see, you got Time Spiral. Remove one evolved Pokemon card your opponent has in play. To devolve it, shuffle that evolution card back in your opponent's deck. So devolution stuff like Espeon, like Jirachi, like other Pokemon have done this. This can be kind of handy, I guess. We have a few other options of Pokemon that can do this, I think. And I guess it doesn't specify it has to be active, it has to be on the bench. It's got to be one though, and it puts it in the deck as opposed to the hand, which kind of matters. So maybe this card will find its home in certain decks that want to use that strategy. And Mind Bend, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused, and you just do 20 for 1. 80 HP, 1 retreat. It's kind of a boring Pokemon, to be honest. I've seen way too many of these, Celebi cards that do this sort of a devolving thing. I think Celebi Prism does a similar thing to your Pokemon, and I don't know, it's a bit boring for Celebi. Aren't you going to do something different for once besides this sort of gimmick things? A bit sad, a bit boring, but anyway, this effect can have its uses. Right. We got Shroomish, but no Breloom next to it, so it means we're going to get a Fighting Breloom, finally. Haven't seen a Fighting Breloom since the Supreme Victor set. You guys might not even heard of that. Yeah, a long time ago. So you do Poison Power, good, Poison type attack, and just Poison type attack, 60 HP, nice. So I wonder if Breloom is going to work with Grass Energy 2 and be a fighting Pokemon. That'd be cool, since you need a Grass to work. Next up, we got Sewaddle, Swadloon, Leavanny. It's been a good while since we've seen these guys too. You can do Sprout, search your deck for up to 2 Sewaddles and put them onto your bench. So good, this is going to be your recruiter. Only 50 HP, but recruiting basic Pokemon is nice to have when you run like a stage 2 deck. At least you want your small basic Pokemon to have some uses. So that's a good little effect. What about the other Sewaddle? And this one has Leaf Covering. This Pokemon receives 10 less damage from attacks, but you only have 50 HP too, so that's kind of weak. I kind of like the artwork there, even as a bug Pokemon, looks kind of nice. And then Surprise Attack, just a coin flip. Okay. So not very impressive, the basic Pokemon, mainly because of the HP. Swadloon, let's see. This Pokemon receives 30 less damage from attacks. Man, these fucking Celebi ads, man, for fuck's sake. I don't know what's going on, and they're taking the piss today. But yeah, this Swatloon, 70 HP, blocking 30 damage is good. I guess the Shelgon has 80 HP and it blocks 20, so rounds up about the same. Decent, I guess, decent. Wacky art as well. Bug Bite is unimpressive. But the main reason you're going to run these Pokemon is for the Leavanny here. Leavanny, 120 HP, that's very weak for these days standards. Only one retreat at the very least, but 70 for 2 attack, that's also just weak. I wonder what, the ability must be something decent, or otherwise this Pokemon is trash. So all of your grass Pokemon will receive 40 less damage from your opponent's attacks. You can apply more than one Swaddle Tailor ability at a time. So I thought it was going to be like the grass energies are double, something like that, like Venusaur. I mean, I guess that wouldn't be good if that guy does the shit better with more stats. But no, you're just going to block damage. You know, 40 damage is a lot, but, you know, it just almost makes it that, like, this guy just has 160 HP in the first place, because you start at 120, that's very weak, actually. You know, it's not even a 130, 140, that would have been mediocre too, but 120, weakling. The attack is unimpressive. I mean, your best bet would be to use this Pokemon and combine it with something like the Tag Team Venusaur Celebi GX or the new Buzzwole Ferromosa GX deck and just have a more efficient attack like that. If you want to tank with grass Pokemon, they have a lot of different cards to be able to do that effectively. Healing, you get this Leavanny too, but it's a bit disappointing. I think we haven't seen a Leavanny card since Phantom Forces. I could be wrong. And it's a bit mediocre. I mean, the ability is good, but everything else is just meh. And I'm being really generous. It's actually very shit, not just meh. But if you're going to use some big grass GX Pokemon like the ones I mentioned, you want to tank. Maybe you want to use the Stage 2 line. You know, it could work. It doesn't stack, so you only need to get one out. You can try it if you want to. Right. We got the Fungus and Amoonguss line here. These mushrooms with the Pokeballs on top of them. Why did they do this? Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Only 40 HP, for fuck's sake. So a lot of weakling basic Pokemon here. It's like they're taking the standard down. I don't get it. And Amoonguss. Man, these fucking ads are really pissing me off. Celebi, what the hell are they thinking here? Amoonguss, Spontaneous Spore. Once during your turn before you attack, when you place a Pokemon with an attack called Spore from your hand into play, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon poison and asleep. So this is double status. We've seen this before on Amoonguss. Bit differently, but it's still double status. So I guess what you're going to do is you play down the small mushrooms, the first form, and you're going to get that effect off. And then Venoshock, if your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, this attack is going to do 90 damage for 2. So for 1 DC, you do 90 damage. It's kind of nice. To be honest, though, I mean, this is basically like you inflict double status and you do high damage. And if you're going to do this, then perhaps using Aerodactyl with Salazzle, or just even better, Ninetales and Salazzle and Expanded that I use. It's probably a more efficient way to do this. You also get a useful ability with Ninetales. It's just, I mean, the damage output is definitely much lower. You just do 90 damage. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can use any Pokemon that can use Spore. I believe this Fungus does this, and yeah, nothing else. I think, let's see, Shroomish, your attack is called Poison Powder. Yeah, it's not called Spore. They're the only Pokemon that can get the Spore attack in the games. So yeah, and Parasect. Maybe we're going to see that guy too. Okay, now for the first Tag Team GX, we've got this Slowpoke and Psyduck GX. So, not gonna lie, this is actually a very good combination of Pokemon. I'm always gonna remember that anime episode where they end up at the beach, and it's the Psyduck with the Slowpoke. They're kind of bonding and shit. Both of them using amnesia, whatever the fuck. Good stuff. So they've got very high HP for just being basic Pokemon that can evolve. 250, 2 retreat, typical, and the grass weakness. Got 2 attacks, both of them 2 water energies. You got Throw Slash. Discard as many supporter cards from your hand as you like. This attack does 40 damage for each supporter discarded this way. Wow. So you need to discard a lot of supporters, but if you do, you can have some good damage output here. If you discard, let's say 5, you can do 200 damage. Now, that is indeed a lot of supporters though, but I mean, maybe finally Whitney will be able to have some usage with this guy. Who knows? You really need a way to add supporters into your hand to make good use of this, and of course, adding supporters into the hand isn't very easy, because of course it will be a broken thing. The best Pokemon that can do this, of course, is Tapu Lele, and you guys know how playable that card is because of that. So I think this is going to be more of a gimmick Pokemon, more of a gimmick ass attack. I mean, there's that Elite Four from Sun and Moon. I forgot her name, the one that has the golf, thing, golf bat, but it's not reliable. It's not reliable. I can't think of any reliable way to keep supporters into your hand so you can make use of that attack. You're gonna need to discard a lot to get one hit knockouts. If you just discard 1 or 2, you're not doing shit. You know, doing 80 for 2, it's not that impressive. Tacting GX. And then Exciting Time GX, a positive ass name attack. You flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 100 damage. If you have 6 additional water energies attached to this Pokemon, you flip 10 coins instead of 1. This attack is going to do 100 damage times number of heads. So, yeah, I think this guy is just obvious. They're giving us a gimmick, dude. Kind of like a troll GX you pull from the set, and then you get annoyed because you pulled this. For just 2 energies, this attack is going to do 10 damage, and if you get heads at 110 for 2, that is trash. Now, if you have like 6, you can flip 10 coins. I mean, with this, you're more than likely going to knock out any Pokemon in existence. On average, you're going to do 500 damage, so... I mean, I guess if you want to put this Pokemon in like a Blastoise deck and just use it for the GX attack, make sure you always get knockout. You're probably always going to get a knockout on any Pokemon with this. When you can flip 10 coins, like even if you just get 3 heads, that's 300 damage. Even if you get like 7 tails, 3 heads. So odds are with you. You're going to knock out anything you want with this. But other than that, I mean, the first attack is shit. The stats are decent, I suppose. Not many complaints about that. Yeah, more of a gimmick Pokemon. Moving on. We got a Lapras. What's up? Mermaid Call. Once during your turn before you attack, you may place a Misty's Request from your discard pile into your hand. So yes, I believe there will be a Misty supporter in here. And they have this sort of synergy. Holy shit. What the fuck? Truck outside. Anyway, give you guys some non-Pokemon action. But as I was saying, they're still doing this supporter, you know, Pokemon featuring supporters and supporters, you know, being used with Pokemon, synergizing with Pokemon. So that's what it's going to be about. 90 damage for 3, just average, 110 HP is solid. I like the artwork. Good little C. They really just know how to draw C's in these new cards, make them look cool. You got the rainbow there too. It seems Misty's on an island or something. Looks nice, looks nice. Let's look at the Misty supporter actually. Just jump completely down, see what it does. Where are you, Misty? So there's Misty's request, giving us that sort of a sexy wink there, trying to get our way or something. You can search your deck for up to 3 supporter cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Oh, okay. So they're giving us this. So this is something you can use, I suppose, to make that side deck and Slowpoke work. Get 3 supporters with this. So it means you can do guaranteed like at least 120 damage. It's a bit okay, but like I've said, you wanna do a lot more than that to get 1-hit knockouts. And I think Lapras, the effect is, if I remember right, you just can grab this from the discard pile, or is it added from the deck? For fuck's sake, where are you? So the effect is from your discard pile into your hand. Okay, gotcha. So you can keep doing this every turn and always do at least 120 damage, but you're not accelerating your card advantage though. If you're going to use a supporter to get supporters, it means you're not getting any new cards you can use. So you got to keep that in mind. Let's go to Finian. I wasted enough time on these water gimmick ass dudes. Don't do anything. I'm glad they're printing another Finian card though. We don't have enough of these. It's kind of a forgotten water Pokemon from DP, but it's very nice. I like Luminion with its unique cry like a legendary Pokemon. What do you do though? Neon Trick, you may move an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon to one of the bench Pokemon. It's not really that impressive, only one attack. It really annoys me that they do this. They're printing a lot of Pokemon that only have one attack. They didn't used to do this in the past. It's kind of lazy on their part. Anyway, this Pokemon isn't very good, if that wasn't obvious. Basculin. Damn, it's been a long time since I've seen this dude. From Black and White. You can do Mewtwo Devourer. This attack does 20 damage for each Basculin you have in play to devour your opponent's bench Pokemon. So what you're going to do is you get 4 of these out, and then you can do like an 80 snipe for 1. It's nice, but you're going to need a max amount of these. Tackle 1 for 20, just 80 HP basic. Could be sort of used as a speedy Pokemon to snipe around, but you got to get all of the Basculins out too. And what do we got here? We got Tortuga and Caracosta, fossil Pokemon. I've always liked Tortuga. It looks good, but then Caracosta, I mean, it also kind of looks good, but it's also kind of boring. The other Water Rock Pokemon kind of outclass it, look cooler than it. You can do Shell Attack and Rock Smash. Pretty average, especially considering this is a fossil, stage 1, 100 HP. And what about Caracosta? I'm guessing I'm going to be disappointed, but hey, at least you got 160 HP. That's not too bad. Ancient Tradition. Your opponent's Pokemon tools in play have no effect. Good ass ability, I guess. It's also going to work if this guy is on the bench. I mean, there's other ways to eliminate your opponent's tools effectively than using a fossil, but I mean, I guess you have at least a decent ability. And then Aqua Impact. For 3 energy, this attack is going to do 80 damage plus 20 more damage for each retreat cost, for each colorless in your opponent's retreat cost. Trash. So it means if they have 2, which is the most common one I would say on Pokemon, you're essentially doing 120 for 3. What the fuck kind of effect is this? What kind of damage up is this? It's shit. It's just, they keep making, I mean, I made a video a while ago about why they keep making fossil Pokemon shit or mediocre. Like Aerodactyl, the one we got in, I think it was Team Up, is basically the best sort of fossil Pokemon we had in years, and that just did not much, to be honest. Some people tried it, but it didn't really do anything tournament-wise, I think. And they went all out with that Pokemon, to be honest. It doesn't really have any flaws. And these guys, this is not good, you know. 160 HP, that's as much as other Stage 2 Pokemon have. So you don't get any points for that. The ability is kind of decent, but not the greatest thing in the world. And then Aqua Impact is a mediocre ass to shit attack. You gotta hit like a Pokemon with 4 retreat if this is gonna do anything. And even then, you're just doing like 160 for 3. That's not that great. Moving on, motherfucker. You got Dewpider, I think it's called Dew Spider, but anyway, Dewpider, whatever. Nothing. Araquanid. You got Tangle Drag. Switch your opponent's active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. You don't do any damage, that's trash. And then Sticky Web. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's retreat cost it is increased by 1. Okay, whatever. I'm not that impressed. 80 for 3. Just another mediocre stage 1. We got Wimpod and Golisopod. They're going to give us a water version of this dude. Great. So sand attack. You flip a coin if tails it can attack. The typical sand attack. Nice little background art. Look at this shit, man. You got the beach, sandy beach. It's like a sunset, but they gave it this sort of nice effect. All these sort of rainbow colors. Just really nice background, man. If only the Sun and Moon games were actually as good as they could have been. You know, they took full advantage of the Jamaica island concept. You surf through the islands, you get some good beaches. You can go underwater. They should have done that shit. It's just such a big missed opportunity. Oh well. And let's look at the Golisopod. The other Golisopods before you were good. Will you meet up their expectations? Will you live up to them? And this guy has 140 HP. This is strong. Emergency exit. If this Pokemon has 2 or less energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost. So this dude is always going to have free retreat if it has no energies on, pretty much. And you got first impression. That's actually Golisopod GX's attack. If this Pokemon was on the bench and became your active Pokemon, this attack is going to do 180 for 4 energy. And doing 120 for 4 is actually not bad either, considering you can get the extra plus, go to 180. Now the reason this card I think it's decent is because it's completely compatible with the triple boost, triple acceleration energy, and it just works perfectly with the ability. It's like, yeah, they definitely know what they're doing when they're designing these cards. It's so obvious. Uh, when you attach water energy, you know, you can still use emergency exit. You've got the free retreat around, and then you attach the triple boost. You can attack, then it's going to get discarded. So it's like your ability is always going to be active if you use this Pokemon with triple boost energy, triple acceleration energy. Damn. Might be nice, might be nice. You attach a choice band. This dude will get 1-hit knockouts on anything, any stage 1. I like it, to be honest. I kind of like it. It's a good little stage 1. Could even be used as a tech. It's not that difficult. Art is pretty nice, pretty aggro. Cool shit. Very good stage 1. Definitely as good as the other Golisopods, if not better. It's very easy to use. I gotta say that. Okay. We got Joltik and Galvantula. Don't do anything. What is that other Joltik doing? It's like it's looking at the ass of the other one, or looking at the face. I don't know. Whatever. And Galvantula. No, I click on Joltik again. Galvantula on you. Static Wire. This attack is going to do 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So just a simple snipe. At least it's only 1 energy, any energy. HP is low. What the fuck is with this zooming art here? I don't like it. Anyway. But just once again, it only has 1 attack. Like if it had like, let's say a second attack that did like 120 for 2, let's say. You know, it would have made it a much better card. Why you only gotta have a snipe and that's it. We got Dynamo and Electric. Man, I'm kind of hoping they bring back Dynamotor, but I don't think they're going to do this again. At least not yet. So Wild River, just switch. We want to bench Pokemon. 30 HP, not good. Good little sea background once again. Always like it. Electric. Overspark. This guy's in our face to fuck us up. Discard or lightning energy attached to this Pokemon. Just a 30 timer though. It's not going to be strong. It seems like it's in the sewers or something. Kind of reminds me of that Yoshi's Island not final boss, but the third world boss. I mean, it was hard, man. The flower thing. Anyway. And Electros. You're going to be the main guy, right? So you got 150 HP, good enough. And you got Electric Lake. Once during your turn, if this card is in your hand and you have 4 or more Lightning Energy in play, put this card on your bench, then move as many Lightning Energy onto this Pokemon. Wow, so you don't even need to use the basic and stage 1 to get this guy out. So if you have a bunch of Lightning Energies, you can just play this dude down from your hand and move as many Lightnings on this guy. Its attack is into the fray 4, and you do 130. Your opponent's active Pokemon can retreat. A bit of a letdown, but I mean, it kind of wants to act like that Tabu Koko GX when you can play this dude as a surprise, move all the energies on him. It's just going to give one prize, 150 HP is high. But, you know, this one attack isn't going to be very good. I mean, if you get a Pokemon stuck there, maybe, but I don't know. I feel like it might have some uses. Especially maybe when Tabu Koko rotates out. It's not actually going to. They're going to reprint that in the shiny whatever set September, but it could have some uses. The problem is the attack isn't so great. And it costs a lot too. It's not like it costs 2 energy, even 3 energy. 4 is a bit much. Anyway. We got another Tabu Koko. And I see that you have 120 HP, so it won't be a remake of the spreading one. And I think I'm glad for that. Electro Ball, 1 for 30, respectable, and Nature Dive. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an Ultra Beast, this attack does 100 more damage. Wow, so Ultra Beast Hater, good, good, good. And if you do, you discard 2 energy attached to this Pokemon. Okay, so you won't just do 200 for nothing. You gotta discard energies. But it's good. 200 for 3. Lightning Pokemon, man, just a regular basic. You know, Lightning decks, they just really have everything, man. They just, you know, now that they can use this guy too, you know, they can even take care of things like, you know, Buzzwole GXs, perhaps, what's that dude called? Blazeflon, any other Ultra Beasts just so easily. You know, they have that thing to worry about too. So, great Pokemon, and being Lightning makes it all that much better. Mewtwo and Mew GX, what is good, boys? Perfection ability. This Pokemon can use any attacks of your Pokemon EX and Pokemon GX. You need to have the required energy to use this attack. Okay, so yeah, I remember reading this guy in PokeBeach a while ago. So this is basically the typical Mew ability. You can use any attack you want. It's only going to be able to copy from EX and GX Pokemon in play, but this is still powerful. You need the necessary energies to use those attacks, but of course this gives this Pokemon so much versatility, just so many options to put in decks, give you an additional attacker of something, give you that psychic coverage. Very good. This ability has always been good, and you best believe it's still going to be good. Now, it only has 1 GX attack though, it doesn't have any regular attack, but I guess it makes a bit of sense when you can use Perfection. Miracle Twin GX, the name of this set. If this Pokemon has at least 1 extra energy, heal all damage from all of your Pokemon. Quite powerful. God, this is actually too broken. I mean, it's even better than Venusaur's attack. That guy just heals himself if you have like 3 or 2 extra. And this dude is just gonna heal everybody. And you do 200. So I think this might be a bit too broken even for a Tag Team GX attack. Unless that's a mistake and it's only going to heal itself. But if you can heal all of your Pokemon, pretty damn busted. At 270 HP, it meets that standard. I think 270 HP, it's the best for Tag Team GXs, where they're not Wailord and they have a lot of good stuff too. So it's very good. HP is great. It doesn't have any resistance. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess it's not dark, it's psychic. Psychic weakness, of course, can be trouble. To retreat is typical. But it's just very good with Perfection. This Pokemon is going to see play, you know, everywhere. Tag Team GX. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see it everywhere. I mean, it's a psychic dude. You can use Mysterious Treasure. If you run like Tapu Leles in your deck too, you know, it's just has a lot of merits. Many merits. Okay. Very good GX. We get another fucking execute here. What are they doing, like jumping or walking or whatever? A psychic execute. It's been a while since I've seen one. Looks kind of decent, you know, for a shitty egg Pokemon. Leech Seed. Alright. And then Executor. This is the regular ass one. Wow, not the Alolan one. Haven't seen this guy in a while. And it's got some interesting shit. I can see like 180 and a 180 attack. So you got Mind Bend, just 30 and Confuse, okay, decent. And then Full Decision, you do 180 for 3 and then you discard your hand. Wow. So this is a hefty cost. You don't want to ever be handless unless you're going to make some combos. And I guess you can do this, maybe. 180 with no, you know, energy discarding drawbacks is nice, but yeah, I mean, you're gonna best use this Pokemon if you have like an ability draw Pokemon like Octillery, let's say, and expanded. Something like Zip Strike and Standard 2 would be good because you want to replenish your hand. You don't just want to go completely handless. Since it's a stage 1, 140 HP is solid. It's good. It's kind of good. This is kind of cruising on the beach there, on the coast of the beach. Nice. It's pretty good. I mean, 180 damage for 3 is not bad. You can't say it's bad. You just need to find a way to mitigate the discard your whole hand shit. Jinx with your fucked up mug. I actually liked this dude before they made it purple and it was black, the original one. I mean, it's kind of sad they had to do this whole shit, whatever. Bewitching Posture. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. Move one of your own to one of your other ones. Tactics. You can do tactics with this. You know, moving damage counters. You can't do this as many times as you want, like Dusknoir, which is a bit sad. But I guess this is only a basic. Who knows? Maybe people will use it. It's just, it doesn't scream abuse to me. And the attack isn't anything special either. Okay, let's not waste time on your ugly mug. My little dude, why not? What's good, boy? Or girl? Cool shit. Playing with the yarn ball. Safe pick. It's a baby Pokemon, yeah. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may flip a coin. If heads, look at 1 card in your opponent's hand. You may then put that card in your opponent's deck. Your turn ends. Okay. Baby Pokemon, this is how they make them now. Only kind of good if you're not going to attack anyway, and pretty much it only means you can make use of this turn 1. Later on, you usually want to attack. Unless you're playing troll decks like fucking Regigigas, Hoopa, whatever. My man, Latios GX. So they're giving us another Latios card, Latios GX in this case. It is going to be a psychic guy. Good. And free retreat, that's sweet. I'm really happy about this, finally. Latios with free retreat. It's only going to have 170 HP, but you know what? I'm cool with it if you're going to have free retreat. Power Bind. If you have 4 or less Pokemon in play, this Pokemon can attack. Holy shit. If you have 4 or less. So you're going to need a full bench. Wow, damn. So it must have some broken attacks, otherwise this is going to be shit. So Tack Purge. Should have been like Luster Purge or something for the games. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon tag team. Okay, so this is a strong effect. You're going to do 120, so you're kind of like in that range to 2-hit KO them, I guess. Some of the bigger guys like Reshiram are going to survive, but, you know, with a choice band, you can fix that. It's definitely good. It's a good little blocking effect, not going to lie. I mean, Altaria's that blocks just all GXs. It's better, but, I mean, whatever. And then Clear Vision GX. Until the end of the game, your opponent cannot use their GX attack. Fuck. So you basically spend your GX attack so your opponent can't use their own. You don't even do any damage. I can't say I'm too keen on this attack. It's too bad. I'm not that impressed. I mean, it just seems like this Pokemon has a few good things, but then the other half is just bad things. The GX attack, I'm not that impressed. It's not doing any damage. You're essentially going to waste your attack so that your opponent can't use their GX attack. And that's kind of redundant, in my opinion. Power Bind, essentially just, it's a negative ability. This dude cannot attack if you don't have a full bench. So, fuck me, I mean, you can't even do this early. So, like, if you open with this guy, if you don't fill your bench, you can't even use Clear Vision GX. So that's terrible. Fuck. And then Tank Purge. It's going to be a decent attack, but it's not some sort of a, miraculous attack that's going to win you all the games. I mean, I guess maybe I'm asking too much, but the damage output is just barely average. It does need 3 energies to do this anyway, and it's not like you're gonna block every sort of GX. It has to be tag team. So I don't know. It just seems like there's more bad than good with this Pokemon. Unfortunate. Latios is one of my favorites, and they give us a mediocre one. Just like the Pokemon Company to do this. All of my favorite cards, they gotta make them mediocre to piss me off. Hopefully Latias is better, if she's even in here. I don't think she's gonna be in here, but yeah. I think we only get like a Latios favoritism. So what about you, Skorupi? Just knock off, discard, random card. Okay, your opponent's hand. We got LGM and Behem. Opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. You don't flip a coin, you gotta flip a coin, right? You have to. If it's instant, then this is broken. I don't think that it's like this. They always make this sort of error on Celebi. Behem. Psy Punch, just 20 for 1. And then Mystery Noise. You shuffle this card and all cards attached to back in your deck. It's on your opponent's next turn. Your opponent can't play item cards. Wow. So this is reminiscent of the Excelgor from Dark Explorers. That Pokemon could do 50 for 2. You shuffled it back in the deck, and your opponent wasn't going to be able to use item cards. I mean, no. That dude instantly paralyzed. What you did was promote not Gorabis, Gothitelle. You promoted Gothitelle, and then you had that item lock with paralysis, and your opponent couldn't do shit. They couldn't use Switch. They couldn't retreat the normal way because of the paralysis, and just a lot of shit like that. The other thing you can do is you could use the Dusknoir and a Sandslammer Flygon with Excelgor. You could do that shit too. And you know what? This Behem, you might be able to make use of this attack too. It gives you that item lock as opposed to paralysis. So, I mean, fuck, you can combine this with Raichu from Burning Shadows. We probably won't have that. Yeah, we won't have that around by the time this card gets released. But in Expanded, if you do something like that, and you can make another sort of lock deck that's going to be very annoying. Your opponent will be stuck, won't be able to do anything. It does have, those aspects that Excelgor did. You do damage, you go back in the deck, your opponent can't use item cards. It's a psychic Pokemon. You need 3 energies as opposed to 2, but we have triple acceleration energy, so it hardly matters. You're actually going to do even more damage too. So it just works out better. This is going to be a good card. I don't know if people are going to find a way to make use of this in Standard. There probably are ways to make lock decks with this. They just don't come to my mind. But in Expanded, this card is definitely going to make some hell decks. You better believe it. But at least those decks, you got to put a little bit of effort. It's not like those Regigigas Hoopa decks, I would say. Yeah. The decks with Dusknoir and Flygon, you had to use a bunch of stage 2s in an era where stage 2s were the worst. So, you had to put in effort and had good lists to make those tactics work. And, this is going to be something similar, I believe. Good card for sure. Honage and the other guys, you got Lucky Find, search your deck for any card to put it into your hand. Good attack, works with any energy too. And then the other Honage, this one is also Psychic. No, wait, did I click on the same one again? This one. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance, but it's just going to be 10, so who cares? Bad. Doublade slash Cutter. 30 won't affected by weakness or resistance again. Yeah, but who cares, man? If you're going to do low damage, you can't even hit for weakness. And then Aegislash. Well, this guy seems a bit weird. 130 HP, 3 retreat. Fuck. Fighting resistance, darkness, weakness. Psychic Pokemon though, so okay. Undead Sword. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from your opponent's attack, put this Pokemon and the Pokemon card evolved from back in your hand instead of discarding it. Discard all cards attached to this Pokemon. So this is a bit weird, but I'm guessing you put this guy back in the hand and the Pokemon, not the rest of the cards like the energies and tools and shit. And this is what you do. And its attack. This attack does 10 damage for each item card in your discard pile. You can't do more than 130 damage in this way. So this is like a reverse Trash Lanche. The more items you play, the more damage you can do. I like that it caps at 130, otherwise it would have been too broken. But I mean, like this, it's not super impressive. Doing 130 for 1 on a stage 2 could be decent, but you're going to have to get this guy out quick. The HP isn't very good. Granted, you can get this guy back in hand when it dies. Decent, but there's probably better stage 2s that you don't have to, build your deck around to play billions of items to do high damage. Basic Necrozma, taking this. I hope you're good. You got 130 HP to retreat, solid stats. Barrier attack. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 30. So 30 block 30, seen this before. And then special laser, 100 for 3. This Pokemon has special energy attached to it, 60 more damage. Could be sweet, so you can do 160 for 3 with no cost, as long as you have a special energy on. The thing is, though, is that it's not DC compatible. What sort of special energy am I going to add onto you if I need to have like 2 psychic energies around anyway? Seems kind of a waste. You're going to have to put like a rainbow or something, or I don't know, like maybe an expanded use the mind energy. Some shit, I guess. I mean, 160 for 3 is good, but you gotta use a special energy on it, so it kind of makes it less flexible. I'd rather do like 130 for 3, let's say, with Hoopa and Expanded, and don't have to worry about annoying costs and limitations. And it's still decent. So it's okay, but I wish there was an easier way to get that 60 plus. Yeah. Onix and Steelix next to each other, so it's going to be a fighting Steelix. I haven't seen that ever, I think. You got Bedrock Press. Block 20, do 20 for 1. Good. 110 HP is very high too, like that. Steelix, the fighting one. Take advantage of your ground typing. 170 HP, very good for a stage 1. You got Landstream, attach 2 fighting energies from your discard pile to this Pokemon, and you also do 20 damage for 1. So yeah, Steelix Prime, dude. This is what this guy looks like. And then you got Gigadon Shake, 220 for 5. During your next turn, all of your Pokemon, including newly played Pokemon, can't use attacks. That's some fucked up shit ruining this card. So in the past, Steelix kind of worked like this. It had like a humongous 5 energy attack that did a lot of damage. And then you had a mini attack that was supposed to help you get there. You know, between the high ass HP and other tanking options, you know, it worked. Like this, it probably won't be very good. I mean, the first attack is great. Second attack is good damage output, I'm not gonna lie, 220 even for 5 energies. But you won't be able to attack entirely on your next turn. That's not good. It says even newly played Pokemon can't use attacks. So even if you switch, even if you do whatever, you're just gonna lose your turn of attacking. And that's terrible. I'm sorry. It ruins this Pokemon. Getting a big knockout is good because, you know, you're gonna put the effort in, get all the energies, and then get that big knockout. We gotta be able to keep doing that. You know, we can't just lose more turns of not doing anything. So, unfortunately, that sort of effect ruins this card completely. I gotta say. We have Aerodactyl GX next. So, it's been quite a while since we've seen a concept like this. Basically, a special fossil, a fossil Pokemon that's actually a special type of card. Since the EX era, where we had the Armaldo EX, Cradle EX, and Aerodactyl EX back then, and Kabutops EX, basically the fossil EXs. It's been a long time since we've seen, basically since then, a Pokemon card, a fossil card being a special card, in this case a GX. We get like a fossil GX. So that's kind of impressive. So this dude has 210 HP. Alright, fossil, but okay, it's not terrible. Got Free Retreat. Okay, that is a good thing. That sort of makes up for you being a fossil a bit. Grass Weakness. That's annoying because this is a flying dude. I wish it was weak to lightning, but maybe that's actually worse competitive-wise. Maybe water, I don't know. And you have 3 things, ability and attacks. Ancient Wind. Your opponent's basic Pokemon attacks require 1 more energy. Good. So already this Pokemon is kind of good because of this. This ability is strong. Your opponent needing 1 more energy to make their attacks. This basically just makes things like Zekrom, Reshiram, all of the best basic Pokemon so much worse, needing that extra energy to work. This is going to negate your opponent's Thunder Stadium in a way, so that's great. Or actually no, because I think, yeah, Zekrom is all about lightning energies. He doesn't require a colorless one. But this is still a very good ability. Many Pokemon will suffer because of this. And then you got Rock Smash, a shitty attack in the game. And it actually does shitty damage too in this case. 120 damage for 3 is not very good. This is a fossil. There's other Pokemon that can do like 130 and have an effect while being basics. You look at Darkrai GX. Now that guy requires 2 Dark as opposed to 2 Fighting. But I mean, it still should have done more damage, like 140 for 3, 130 for 3, even if it was DC compatible at least. I mean, it could have been a lot better. Remember, it's a fossil, so we gotta be more strict. That's the way I see it. And then Wall to Dive GX. This attack does 50 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. This is also kind of not so good. So basically, if your opponent has 2 energies on, you do 100. If they have 3, 150. They gotta have like 4 and shit for this to be good. You do high damage. But I mean, I guess you only need 1 energy yourself. So if they have at least 3 and you can do like 150 for just 1, then it's good. Maybe 100 for 1 is good too. I was hoping for something more practical. I don't know. Rock Smash is kind of mediocre. I still kind of like this Pokemon because Free Retreat, Ancient Wind is good, and Rock Smash. I mean, I guess you can. It's a fighting Pokemon, so you can use Diancie, you can use the strong energies and expand it. You can boost the damage further. But it could have been even better. It looks really fly. This background art is like flying on top of mountains, rocks. There's like a sea in the background, I think. So very cool shit. Reminds me of some place in my island, actually. But yeah, very nice. It's a good little GX. Could have been even better, though. Indeed, indeed. The good news is that The Aerodactyl from Team Up is actually really good too. Now, unfortunately, because of the nature of that Pokemon, if you combine both of these cards, then you can't get the benefit of Aerodactyl from Team Up. I mean, the only way for you to get the maximum value if you use both cards is you use Aerodactyl first, the Team Up one, and then you drop this guy. Otherwise, the Team Up one won't be doing 180 damage. It's a bit sad. It'd be good if they could have worked together. Yeah. We got Heracross, fighting one. Man, I don't think we've ever seen a fighting Heracross, or maybe it's been a very long time. That's my thinking on it. So, Arena Retaliation. If your opponent used their GX attack during their last turn, your opponent shuffles their active Pokemon and all cards attached to it back into the deck. So, very specific, but if they did use their GX attack, you can just shuffle the dude back in the deck and everything on it. Could be a good counterattack, depends. Can work with any energy too, so maybe this can make a decent tech. And then Tackle, just 70 for 3. Works with any energy too, so that's good. Decent Pokemon. Could have some tech uses. Let's see. There's the Breloom. Fighting Breloom, yeah, and it does indeed work with grass energies. Really happy about that. This one also uses Spore, so I guess you can sort of combine this with the other mushroom dude, Among Us, and have like a mushroom deck with a grass and fighting coverage. Could be something interesting. And your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep. Not going to do anything more. And then Sleep Strike, if your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, you do 120 for 1. Now that's high. But your opponent's dude has to remain asleep, otherwise this card is shit. So a bit sad. I wish it was a little better, but maybe some people are gonna want to use it, try and make it work. Yeah, fighting Pokemon that uses grass energies is cool though. Oh shit, we got a nice, lovely looking Relicanth Clay one, Clay Relicanth. Great, I love that shit. I love that shit to death. I hope you're good. What do? You deep sea bowling. Wow. Search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, put it into your hand. I wish it was some sort of fossil or, Gorabis, Huntail, help dude or something. Yeah. Had something to do with Regis. But anyways, yeah, just get a trainer card. Decent, I guess. You don't want to waste your attack to grab a trainer, but it could come up. And then Water Pulse. Just 30 for 2, DC compatible, and you can fuse. I mean, the best thing about it really is the clay art. They've given us a clay Relicanth. I like it. That's the best thing. Good collectible card, but I mean, it's not that impressive. Stats aren't too great either. Be good if it had like 120 HP or something at least. Oh well. We got Excadrill and Drillbur. Drillbur, just Dick Claws, 1 for 20. That's good though, man. That's pretty good. Basic Pokemon, 70 HP, that can do 20 for 1. This is some old school Machop, Hitmonchan shit. Good. It's very good actually, because remember, you can use things like Deancey, so doing 1 for 40 when you can't evolve shit, it's at least a bit respectable. And Excadrill, you got Rototiller, shuffle 4 cards from your discard pile back into your deck. For any 4 cards, okay. And then Slash, just 90 for 3. This seems like this is more of a support Pokemon. And what is it doing? It's like it's staring at this flower it's found in the ground or some shit. Weird. Anyway, I'm sure some people maybe will want to use it for the recovery attack, but a Pokemon like Excadrill, I want it to be a good offensive Pokemon for me to like it. Anyway. Arcan and Archeops, one of my favorite fossils, even if it's one of the newer ones. So Endeavor, just a coin flip attack, and Archeops, I hope you're good. I really hope you're good. You've got that 130 HP, just decent. And actually, now that I think about it, that's not good. Rampardos of 150, so yeah, bad. You don't even have Free Retreat. You can do U-turn, 1 for 40. You can use any energy and switch this Pokemon, one of your bench Pokemon. And then Hyper Beam 80 for 1 discard energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So at least Hyper Beam is a bit good. Still a lot of room for improvement. Is also weak to lightning, which is terrible. You got that fighting resistance. I mean, I like Archeops, so I might just use it and just make like an energy removal kind of a deck, but why? Why can't you guys be better? Damn it. We got Terrakion too. Looks kind of cool. It seems just hanging on this cliff there, looking at the beach, at the sea. Or no, this is like a grassland field or something, like a meadow. I don't know, I can't really tell from the art. I think it's like a meadow or something. But yeah, pretty cool. It's got 140 HP, basic fighting Pokemon, good HP. And then you got Cavern Pursue. If all of your bench Pokemon have damage counters on them, this attack does 150 more damage, so 200 damage for 3 energies. Man, this makes the aggro one from Crimson Invasion look like a pussy. Indeed it does. So, it starts at 50, so it's not completely useless. And if all of your dudes are hurt, I mean, there's ways to do this. We've pretty much made that clear throughout the years. Doing 200 damage for 3, man, on a basic Pokemon is high as fuck. This is before add-ons, too, like the Ansi Choice Band. Strong. Strong for sure. I think people are going to try and make a deck around this attack, this guy. And then Rock Smash, once again, they want to use a big attack for Rock Smash. 110 for 4. This isn't good, but I guess it's your conventional attack when you can't make use of the first one. This Pokemon does have potential with the first attack and the high HP. It's just a basic. Good. Oh yeah, and now we got our Mega Sableye and Tyranitar GX. Damn. So this is the first Pokemon I think that combines a Mega Evolution Pokemon, a Mega Form Pokemon, Sableye, and Tyranitar GX in this case. I guess they make kind of an interesting combination. Whatever. They need a lot of energies to work. It seems Greed Crash requires 5 energies, 4 darkness and 1 colorless. If your opponent is a Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX and is knocked out by damage from this attack, take 1 more prize card. But it does do high damage for that high cost at 210. It's respectable, you could say. So, you know what? I mean, I did try a deck and expand using Tyranitar GX. It was just average, and now it's probably trash. But, I mean, with this guy, what you can do is just use all the dark patches and shit on this guy, use the max elixirs. It's a lot more efficient with this guy being just a basic. Do 210. If you knock out something like Zoroark, you get 3 prizes. It's definitely powerful, man. It works on any GX and any EX, so that's a great effect to have. And then Gigafall GX, if this Pokemon has at least 5 extra energies. God, so it needs 10 energies to do this. You discard the top 15 cards of your opponent's deck. It's probably not worth it. You're never going to be able to get like 10 darkness energies on this dude. Unless you do, I don't know, you got to do some crazy shit. I don't even think it's possible. But if you do manage to get 10 energies, then this is a super deck out attack, but I'm not impressed. Just do 250 for 5 and that should be good enough. I mean, actually, 250 for 5 is probably not that good for a GX attack. Yeah. So I guess this Pokemon just has Great Crash and a good 280 HP. That's all you get. I still think it's a good Pokemon. It's just worth it just because of this. Use your max elixirs, use your dark patches. Instead of just trying to make a Greninja Zoroark GX turbo deck, you put the energies on this guy, and you're going to get cheap prizes with his effect. That's what you want to do. It's nice. I like it. Alright, I'm getting really tired, but we have a lot of cards left. Sableye, regular Sableye. Mirror Gem during your opponent's next turn. If this Pokemon is damaged by attacks of the defending Pokemon, put 8 damage counters on the defending Pokemon. So I guess what you can do is if you use this attack and then they damage you, they get a damage counter, something like that. Whatever. Let's look at Drapion now. We looked at the Skorupi. So this is a stage 1 with 140 HP, cross poison, flip 4 coins, 50 damage for each heads. If 2 or more are heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is poison too. Okay, so this makes Metagross EX's the collection one from Oras. That was bad. And other Pokemon with similar attacks. It makes them look like pussies. You know, you can do this for just one triple acceleration energy, flip 4 coins. You got the potential to do 200 damage, and you poison too. Okay, Blade Arms is shitty, 120 for 4. It's not a great Pokemon, but I mean, I guess it's better than the other dudes that need 4 energies to flip 4 coins. Purloin and Leopard. Discard a Pokemon tool attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. What the fuck is he doing? It's in the laboratory. I'm guessing this is like one of the Purloins Professor Juniper has or something. I don't know. And Leopard. You're in the forest. You can do Scratch, 1 for 40. Good. And then Shadow Nail during your opponent's next turn. The defending basic Pokemon cannot attack. Good, good. Good little anti-meta effect. Block those basic Pokemon from doing anything. Covers a lot of ground. Does high damage. DC compatible. Could be a nice tech, once again. And then we got Scraggy and Scrafty. Scraggy, you're not doing a good impression of not being able to keep your pants up in this art. You got Whap Down, just 50, okay. Doesn't do much. Scrafty. Kachikomi. What the fuck does that mean? This attack does 20 more damage for each of your remaining prize cards. So I guess it's going to start at 6 times 2. It's going to start at 140 and get weaker as you get prizes. Alright. Headbang, 70 for 3. So I guess as long as you can do 120 and 140 damage, maybe even 100 for just a DC, it's okay. But after that, it just becomes too weak. Yveltal. Let me get a good look at you. Looks almost like a different Pokemon. Damn. Kind of cool. Blow through. If there is any stadium card in play, this attack does 20 plus 20 more damage. So good. That's 40 for 1. That's handy. Shadow Impact will do 120 and put 3 damage counters on one of your Pokemon. That's not good. Why would I want to hit myself just to do 120? I mean, I guess it's kind of like the Zapdos from Roaring Skies, but come on. You ain't got to do this. There's probably better Darkness Pokemon. I don't see why you would not use the old X and Y Yveltal. That's still better than this guy, I would say. Cottony and Whimsicott. Just draw a card. This is a Yarn Cottony. Sweet. And what about you, Whimsicott? Prowl. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand, you may search your deck for any card. Fuck me. Excellent ability. So this is a stage 1. It won't be like a basic like Tapu Lele, but you can grab any card, man. Any fucking card you can grab. So that's good. It's definitely a good stage 1 tag. I mean, we've seen how successful Alolan Ninetales GX, the fairy one, was. Letting you grab 2 items, even though it was a stage 1, it was great. This, you're only going to get 1 card, but you can get anything. You can get a supporter, item, Pokemon. Shit, man, anything. Prism, like anything. Energy, it doesn't matter. You can get like a special energy with this. So this is a very good stage 1. Definitely a very good support Pokemon. I'm sure this is going to see huge play in decks. People are going to run this. decks that want to dig for their Thunder Mountain, they're like A-Spec Stadium or something, they want to dig for special energies, it's going to be in there. So lots and lots of support. If there's anything I gotta say about the Sun and Moon Arrow is we have a lot of support options. Is that like you don't know what to use anymore? Definitely more than the X and Y, even Black and White Arrow, I'd say. Dedenne, return, draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. You also do 20 damage. It's kind of cute, eating like a cherry berry. I really like the art. Unfortunately, I don't think this card is going to be very useful. People are just going to use Jirachi. I gotta admit, it looks super cute though. It definitely looks super cute. Dedenne hasn't been one of the cutest Pokemon in my book. I mean, it's your typical cute Pokemon, but I mean, I like Mine and Plus more. I like Emolga more, but the way it looks here, it looks super cute. I'm not gonna lie, like a little cheapy rat thing, hamster Pokemon. Anyway, we got Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite again. Lots of Dragonites, but none of them really do much, unfortunately. This one does Agility, and we got the other one. It's like hanging on the waterfall there. That's pretty sweet, sweet art. You got Aqua Float if this Pokemon has any water energy, no retreat cost. Good, very, very good. Dragonair, always look and fly. You can do Tail Whap and Rapids. Discard energy, attach your opponent's active Pokemon. 70 for 4, okay. And 2 Dragonites. One regular one and one GX one, another GX one. So let's see, this one, it's got 160 HP. It's got its eyes closed as it's flying. That doesn't look that good. It looks kind of weird looking. Hurricane Charge. Once starting your turn, you may attach a water or lightning energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon in any way you like. So it's only once per turn, but this is water and lightning energy acceleration. Just put anything. So I guess it can have synergy with the other Dragonites, other Pokemon, okay. And then Dragon Impact, 170 for 4. Solid, I guess, not the greatest. It could have been a lot better. This is a dragon, requires 2 different types of energies. And you gotta discard 3 energies too. I can't say I like it. It's one of those Pokemon that it kind of disguises itself as good on paper, but it probably won't do much. The best Dragonite we have right now, I would say, is the Dragonite GX from Dragon Majesty. And I wanted to use this guy since forever, but I don't have it. And other people haven't done anything with it. And at this point, with the speed of the Tag Team GX and shit, it probably isn't very good anyway. What about this new Dragonite GX? Can you do something? This one seems to be looking really serious. Yeah. Nice ass art. Dig that. So this one does Dragon Claw. 130 for 3. I'd rather do like 70 for 1 as opposed to requiring a water and a lightning and a colorless to do 130 for 3. That's terrible. I mean, just look at this shit, man. Darkrai GX. I'm gonna give this example once again. That Pokemon is a basic. Requires 3 energy. 2 gotta be dark, but they don't gotta be double type. Does 130 and ignores resistance. There's a stage 2. It's also a dragon, which means it has more downsides than benefits. And it just does 130. Like, it's like they don't make dragon Pokemon as good as they gotta be with all the automatic negatives they have by just being dragon Pokemon. Same with fossils. I don't know why they do this. Why the fuck do they do this? Anyway, it's got 2 more things, 2 more attacks. You got Sky Judgment. This attack is 270 for 5 of any energy this time. And you discard 3 energy attached to this Pokemon. So this is much better. In the sense that you can attach a DC, then slap one of those triple acceleration energies. You're going to discard the acceleration energy anyway, so you meet the cost. So this is essentially like a 270 attack for 2 attachments. So this is a much better attack. Granted, it requires specific use of 2 special energies. You gotta use them, otherwise you can't do much of shit with this guy. But at least, since it works with any energy, I guess if you want to be ambitious, you can use this with something like fucking Emboar or whatever, or another energy acceleration Pokemon like Blastoise, I don't know, and just attach all of those special energies on him. I mean, it just makes sense to use this with Porygon Z, I guess, since it's the best thing to use the special energies with this dude, but at least the second attack has potential. You know, 270 for 5 is very good. This knocks out anything. Even things like Reshiram and Charizard GX in one shot, so the second attack is good, I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to use, but it's good. For the cost you gotta pay, the damage output is worth it. And then Mac Delivery GX. You may discard as many cards as you like from your hand. Draw columns until you have 10 cards in your hand. So, useless thing to do when you bring out the stage 2. I don't want it to be digging when I'm in that position. Of course, it could come up, but it's kind of a waste, I'd say. I would have just rathered you had a good solid GX attack that can do damage. Or just give an impressive effect. Something like that. So this Dragonite is decent. It probably won't do much. It's going to be very difficult to use Sky Judgment, which is the best thing on this Pokemon. This is actually Rayquaza's attack. How can Dragonite be able to do this? Kind of crazy. If you do manage to make use of Sky Judgment, this is good. Otherwise, it's just another difficult to use Stage 2 Dragon Pokemon that needed a lot more support. Needed a lot more better design for what it is. I mean, I guess it's better than my Salamences. Salamences always make it even trashier than Dragonite. Oh, God. Anyway, we got Noibat and Noivern. What will you guys be doing? It seems you guys are Dragon 2. Air Slash. Discard an energy, do 50, whatever. And then Noivern. 120 for Retreat. Look at this shit. Just look at this fucking shit right here again. Its attack is 120 damage for 3, requires both Psychic and Dark, and you don't give an additional benefit, and you also gotta discard a card from the top of your deck. Absolute mediocrity for a Dragon Pokemon. And then Boom Burst. This attack. This is essentially Tapu Koko spreading attack for 1 energy, just a colorless. This is a bit better, but it won't win any awards. Because it's a stage 1, people might use this as this new sort of spreading Pokemon. Use this dude to spread a lot of damage. And, I mean, at least it's got a little bit more HP. Only needs 1 energy. You don't gotta use DC. Whatever, I guess. Let's move on. Tauros. Call for family. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon. Okay. And then Trash Tackle. 60 for 2. You're gonna hurt yourself. I mean, just use, if you really want to do like 60 for 2, might as well just use the Tauros GX regular one. The GX one I would say if it's on the moon. Whatever. It's gonna rotate out anyway. Oh shit, we get another Slacken. Yeah, I remember I looked at this card. Let's look at the Slack offs first. We got one here. Scratch and then Potential during your opponent's next turn. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use attacks, but I guess it does 60 for 3. Whatever. You got Vigoroth. These guys look really weird. I'm not a fan of this kind of artwork. Roar and then Slash. Whatever. And then Slacking. I know the Slacking is kind of good, even though the other 2 guys weren't. This one has 180 HP, so it's 20 HP higher than the Celestial Storm one. And you can do Strikes Back. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon is damaged by the attacks of your opponent's Pokemon, you put 4 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So what this means is every time they attack this dude, they're going to inflict 4 damage to themselves. So that's good. And then Dynamic Swing. For 4 energies, you can do 100, and you may do 100 more. If you do, this Pokemon receives 100 more damage from your opponent's attack next turn. Now, this is a really hefty cost. I wish it wasn't as much as this, because it doesn't make it good. it completely makes the whole high HP thing useless. And it just, you're dealing 100 more, but you're gonna get 100 more. So this is only good when you know you're gonna die or something anyway. So maybe. But I mean, even though it does have some merit, uh, the Celestial Storm one is basically, it just gives ability lock if it's active. So that's definitely much better. It's much more impressive. A slightly better retreat cost too, and the attack. I mean, Slacking's attack in Celestial Storm is kind of difficult too, but at the very least, you're doing solid damage and you're not going to hurt yourself. So I think the Celestial Storm one would still be better, but if people want to use this, you know, whatever, it's probably not too bad. And it actually needs one more energy to work too. The other one just needs 3. This one needs 4. So yeah. We got Yangoose and Gumshoes. Don't do shit. Okay. It's got that little white ass smile there. Cheeky smile. And then Alert Head. This is what Gumshoe does. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon GX or EX, 120 for 2. That's good. It's actually a good little tech attack once again, I guess. Maybe we have better guys, but whatever. For 1 DC, do 120 in a GX or EX. It's always going to do 90 either way, so it's good. Another Oranguru. We've got like billions of these. Sage's Interrogation. Put a Pokemon card from your hand face down. What? Your opponent guesses the type of that Pokemon. Reveal that card. If your opponent was correct, they draw 4. If they were incorrect, they draw 4. You draw 4. Return the Pokemon to your hand. What the fuck? Man, it should have been the opposite, because more than likely your opponent, if they don't know your hand, they're gonna guess wrong. So you would draw 4 cards. But the way it is, it's like if they guess wrong, they draw. So they gotta guess right. So you gotta put a Pokemon, you know, like that they gonna. I mean, that's shit. If your opponent was correct, they draw 4. Guesses the type. Oh no, actually, it's the opposite. It's like if they were incorrect, you draw 4 cards. Okay, so yeah, I just fucked it up. So it makes sense. You're gonna put a Pokemon. More than likely, they're gonna get it wrong, so you get to draw. If they get it right, they're gonna draw though. So gimmick ass attack, don't use it. Whatever. And then gentle slap, it's just 80 for 3. I don't see any reason to use this Oranguru other than just for jokes and shit. Just for gimmick. Whatever. And Komala, let's just hurry up, get to the trainers. Dreaming when this Pokemon is asleep. If it doesn't wake up in the sleep, check between turns, put 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. And dozing, this Pokemon is now asleep. So essentially what you're going to do is just put yourself to sleep with this attack, hope you don't wake up, and you put 6 damage counters in between turns. Could be strong, but more than a gimmick, because if you get heads, you're going to wake up. So, yeah. Anyway. So let's go look at the trainers and finally wrap this long video up. I mean, this set reviews take 2 hours, but I gotta do it like this. Gotta cover everything. So we got Great Potion. Heal 50 damage from your active Pokemon GX. Terrible card to release because it makes the Venusaurs, the other grass GX healing dudes, tank dudes even worse. They already have enough support. Don't give them a card like this. I mean, it's actually a good card for me to use in Gengar, in my Gengar GX, but once the item lock is up, it's useless anyway, so I don't know. It's useful, any Pokemon can use it. It's like a super potion with no cost for GXs, but they shouldn't have released it, to be honest. It's not a card that you really want them to have around. It could get unhealthy. You got Stadium Navigation. Flip the coins, search your deck for a stadium card for each heads. Oh my god, this is busted. So on average, you can search a stadium for free. More ways for people to search out those Thunder Mountain. and other broken Prism Stadiums. Another unhealthy card they shouldn't have released. Damn. You got unidentified fossils. We already looked at Misty's request. Channeler. Remove all effects and attacks of both you and your Pokemon. So this is kind of like the Ranger, Pokemon Ranger from, I think it was Breakpoint or Steam Siege, whatever. This affects both you and your opponent. So I guess you can use this with Slacking, but you're going to waste your supporter just to do 200 for 4. I don't know about that. It's going to see play in decks where they just want to get over some safeguard Pokemon. Not safeguard Pokemon, but the Pokemon that make an attack and they're immune. So this makes Latios GX even more useless. Okay, and then Blue's strategy. We'll get a blue card. Cool. This guy should have been green in the original, but anyway. At the end of this turn, draw cards and you have 8 cards in your hand. So you get the effect off during the end phase, the end of the turn, I meant to say. I don't know. I don't like this because you're supposed to use your supporter to dig, to get shit, to make plays, advance your game state. If you're gonna get this shit at the end of the turn, you know, your opponent could end. They could use more shadow. They could do all sorts of shit. So it's not great that it has to be at the end of the turn. So disappointing. I don't believe many decks will be able to utilize this card effectively. We got the Slumber Forest. This is like a mushroom forest. Flip 2 coins instead of 1 for a sleep Pokemon between turns. If either is tails, the defending Pokemon stays asleep. So I guess this is supposed to make the Komala be less of a gimmick. Supposed to make some of the other sleeping Pokemon less of a gimmick with Spore. I guess it can make the damn Breloom Among Us deck more of an actual deck and less of a gimmick. You know, this sort of built-in archetypes, you know, Pokemon does, making these cards work obviously together, just exclusively together. I don't like it. It just seems like they're running out of ideas when they do this. It's more akin of the Yu-Gi-Oh archetype thing. Anyways, you definitely want to use this to use your Among Us and Breloom if you want to make a deck with those guys. We got Pokemon Research Laboratory. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for 2 Pokemon that evolve from identified fossil and put them onto your bench. Alright, now we're talking some shit. So this is actually going to be good help for fossil Pokemon. May search the deck for 2 Pokemon that evolve from identified fossil and put them onto their bench. So, do you put them instantly there? Or do you gotta have the identified fossil down? That's interesting. That's an interesting ruling. But your turn ends too when you do this, so way to go. This was supposed to be some good help, and then you fucked it up again. Fuck. So I guess this is good maybe if you play first, get those fossils down, but other than that, I mean, you want to attack. I don't want to just gather the fossils and not attack. Annoying. Could help them out, I guess. And then we got the weak guard energy. What the fuck is this? The Pokemon this energy is attached to has no weakness. So this is useful. This is definitely useful. It's going to be a special energy that eliminates weakness. So a lot of Pokemon I think are going to utilize this. Get that attachment and eliminate the weakness. It's very handy. So this is another good special energy we get from this set. Palpad. Pretty sure this is going to be the Palpad effect we know. Yeah. Get supporters back in the deck. We got Pokegear 3.0. This is like a pink one. I'm guessing for the chick. For the female trainer. Whatever. Same effect. Pokegear. Mysterious Treasures reprint. And then we got Sightseer. I believe this is full art. No, just a regular Sightseer. Okay. I guess this is more zoom on her face. It's like she's taking a selfie or whatever. Yeah, way to keep on that trend. perpetuate that fucking trend. Okay, and then we got the full arts finally at the end. Got Slowpoke, uh, Slowpoke and Psyduck, Mewtwo's, Latios. It's not gonna show us, whatever. We got Misty, Channel, and Blue. Probably not gonna show us. And you get a Cherish Ball Secret Rare. Wow. So, fuck. Search your deck for a Pokemon GX, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Broken. So this is Master Ball for any GX. However, this is freaking Cherish Ball. I didn't see any Cherish Ball regular card. So, this is actually quite good. They're finally gonna, I guess maybe they'll listen to me, watch my videos, and they're gonna create actual secret rares that have value. You know, you don't get any regular ass common card with this. It just exists as a secret rare. This is the Cherish Ball. So you gotta get this if you want to use this. I'm sure it's gonna jack up the price high and people are gonna be annoyed, but at least it's a true secret rare. And if you think about it, this is Cherish Ball. It's an event ball in the games. In a way, the rarest ball. So pretty sweet. I wish I could look at it, but it's not going to show us. I would imagine it's going to look very fly. It's also going to be broken. Get any GX Pokemon. It's definitely going to be expensive and popular. And let's look at Giant Bomb too. I forgot about this card. Giant Bomb. If the discard this card at the end of the turn, if the Pokemon on this card is attached as your active Pokemon and receives 180 more damage from your opponent attacks, put 10 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So I guess you can do this with Slacking too. Make sure that you're gonna die, but they're gonna die too. It just combines nicely with it, I guess. But yeah, that's it. Whatever. Kind of like an extreme balloon Rocky helmet tool. But yeah, this is the Miracle Twin set, guys. Unified Minds. I'm a bit disappointed with the GXs, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Mewtwo is gonna be good. Aerodactyl might be decent. I like Sableye and Tyranitar. Latios is disappointing. Dragonite, it's a bit meh too. It has only one good thing going for it. Support-wise, this set is really strong, I'd say. We get things like the Cherish Ball. We get things like the Whimsicott that lets you get any card. Weak Guard Energy is excellent too. Misty might be something, letting you grab supporters. Some annoying cards like Great Potion and Stadium Navigation, they shouldn't have printed them. This deck has this sort of Mushroom Archetype 2 gimmick you might want to try out. But other than that, it doesn't really have many great super attackers that stand out. Mostly good tech attackers that counter GX Pokemon, counter basic Pokemon, that sort of thing. I don't believe this is going to be as impressive as Team Up or fucking Unbroken Bonds, I have to say. We'll have to wait and see if they combine it with the other sets. I mean, the stuff in Sky Legend is kind of impressive, and we get some decent things in GG End. So maybe as a whole, it's just going to be a good little set, just all-purpose set that doesn't have a particular theme. However, I don't believe it's going to make the impact Unbroken Bonds and Team Up maybe. So what do you know? They're giving us a set that actually doesn't top the previous sets. Nevertheless, it's still going to have many great cards, like the Mewtwo, of course, the stuff that I mentioned. And this might be our last set of the era, so why not get it? I mean, you're supposed to get all the sets to keep up with the format, but yeah. So this has been the reviews, guys. I'm going to finally shut the fuck up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with your friends. My channel is an excellent hub for all things TCG. So subscribe, check out my stuff, share the videos. I'm pretty confident any Pokemon TCG player can benefit from my shit. Unless there's some super player like maybe Puka or whatever. And even they might find my stuff entertaining. I talk about old school shit too. Yep. So thank you guys for watching. Sableye 4. We'll say.